Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another session of Feck Off Friday. We are beyond excited to have a new guest speaker. Jim, you want to do an introduction?
I would like to for sure. Yeah, I would. I I'm not. I could not be any more excited to introduce Pamela Haymes. Um, when I first met her, she said my friends called me Javid, so I'm very fortunate now to be able to call her Javid. But she is a true rock star, amazing with people that are dealing with cancer and are interested in different types of effectors that can help move the needle on making that shit go away. Um, David, welcome.
Hi. Can you see me?
I can't see anybody right now.
Jim,
I
your
can.
camera's off.
That's weird.
I can see you. I can
You
see
can see
you.
me. You can see me.
I see.
Or I can see Pamela.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see you, Justin. Yeah.
Yay.
So hey, yeah.
There you
So
are.
and you're there someplace amongst the wherever.
I'm
You're
out there in the
yeah, you're
this
way
in
out there.
I'm
Okay,
in meta.
man.
I'm in meta to say the
Dial
least.
in. Dial in, dude. Dial in.
Hey, don't make me say feck off right off the bat. Even though I deserve
Ah,
it. Yeah. Dang. Okay, well, I see you. Oh, hey, there I
there you are.
am. I,
Good
I
shirt.
swipe left. Yeah, how about that shirt?
That's a nice shirt. Yeah.
Shit works. That shit works, I heard.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ask me questions rather than make me just go right into it. Just ask me a
Okay, well,
question and I'll answer
I'm gonna
that, and then next one.
I'm gonna ask you a question of how long you been doing this?
Oh, in the 60s, I used to make salve at the end of the 60s. And it really helped a lot of people. And then I kind of moved away from it. Uh, but for years and years, I've been involved with it in some, well, doggone it. I've got cats. So I'm sorry.
I can tell that wasn't a dog. That was definitely a cat.
Damn cat.
That's so cute though. That's I love when my cat like types for me or something. You'll like step on the keyboard and like I'm like, oh, he's entering. He's doing spreadsheets
He
now.
probably typing feck off right now.
No, I am. I am.
At least it didn't break.
No, no,
Get out of here. Go
nope.
on. Get. Uh, so here, let me
So,
turn it
so
at
you've
least
been doing this
sideways.
stuff. You've been doing this for a while. What it sounds like.
I've been
Uh,
doing it for a while. I've been serious about it for about 20 years and just started reading everything that I could because I had heard, like everybody else, that that this can heal the body, and not just cancer, because when in the very beginning I wasn't so much involved with it with cancer as I was with being able for people to take it for pain and be able to get off of their painkillers. And then I had a girlfriend that had stomach cancer, and then I got really involved with it. Both my parents died of cancer.
oh, shit.
My mother had breast cancer, metastasized to her liver. My father died of lung cancer, but he also had prostate cancer before that. And he really enjoyed smoking tobacco. I mean, he smoked like he meant it. And
My dad too. Yeah,
you
died
know,
at 50. Died at 53.
Mm.
my dad died at 87.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
Good for him.
it was okay. He should have lived longer. All of his parents lived longer. My mother's parents lived to into the 90s, but that's when food was different then, right?
Yep.
Now all of our food that we're getting, and it's compounded. It's not just one thing. They continually compound, like they genetically modify the seeds, and not all genetically modified seeds are bad. But when they genetically modify them to put a particular chemical in it so that it will,
Be like bug resistant or something, right? I mean,
it's bug resistant, but then on top of that, it will never grow another plant from the seed. So the market of our foods is taken over by them controlling our foods, our seed sources.
So you're saying that they make it to where the seed can't reproduce, the seed that is produced by the fruit that they make can't be reproduced.
Yeah. Okay, it will not be reproduced.
Back
and it's the same
off,
thing
man. Jeez.
It's really bad. And then on top of that, when you see even in our organic foods now, they have the appeal, APEEL, that they take and coat on different fruits and vegetables in the stores. They don't do that in when they're making like an apple juice or something like that. They don't do it then. But when you're purchasing a product, they no longer put wax on it. They're starting to take and put a peel on it. And a peel has chemicals in it that are cancer causing.
Can that wash off?
No, it doesn't wash
That's
off.
not good. Even organic?
It doesn't wash off. They put it on organic. That's what just freaked me out.
That's
organic. I picked up some avocado, and thank God avocado has a thick skin.
Yeah.
And like lemons, they're trying to keep the moisture in, but that's just a little tip of the iceberg of what they're trying to do. So we've got that. So we're racing against that with trying to teach our children how to be able to eat properly, and then we're fighting the
McDonald's,
the powers of be. Yeah, we're the lizards. I'd like to say the lizards.
Yeah.
We're fighting the lizards all the time of being able to not go through this. And this sounds like a conspiracy theory, but with all the AI things that are coming out in the next 10 years, where are people going to work?
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
Everything is being
any creative minds are being squashed.
And that's been going on for years because of profit. Everything is always over profit. What is it? Scarface was the one that said, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women, right? So when you take and put all of those together, that's exactly how people view success. They don't. Years ago, people had success by being at home and having a successful family. That is no longer a viable source. When World War II happened, we had Betty working in the planes, putting in the rivets and all that kind of stuff. And when she got out, or when the war stopped, they had the husband. Now she had a job. And they kept up with the Joneses now. This is a big deal. They have a two-money market, which they didn't have before. And then when that happened, then the kids started they were staying home alone.
And they started going to daycare and having somebody else take care.
They started to go to daycare, yep. Yeah. And then they started staying at home, and then it's progressively worked its way into getting worse and worse and worse. And here we are now. We have 30 years old people that don't know how to act.
Yeah.
It's a privilege.
They don't even know that they need to work. They don't think they need to work. They think somebody else is going to take care of that for them.
They don't think they need to save.
Yeah. Oh, they spend every penny they make, right? I mean,
they spend every penny, and they talk about how they're going to invest because that's the only way to make money is to invest, which they're right. But the way that our banking system also is being set up is that you don't need to save. You just have to be able to borrow.
You have to borrow.
And when you think about it, you don't own your house, you don't own your car, you don't own anything that you're paying on, you don't own.
Yeah, you barely own the food. Yeah, until you pay your credit card bill.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So they kind of have us over the barrel on that.
So we're fucked.
I think that people are becoming more awake. Now, personally, I wish I could push my head back into the sand again and not know anything, just be totally ignorant. Oh my God. Do you think that I would just love that? To be happy. just a
Yeah.
happy, cute
Yeah.
person, you know?
Right.
And we were like that in the 60s and 70s. The beatniks were the ones that kind of pushed us into that kind of an era. And it took off. That was the nice thing. It took off, that it really was about caring for one another, and people don't care about each other anymore. Everybody's because of our television programming, it's all about, it's fear-based. Even our shows that we see, the series that we look at, the movies that we see, the more juice of anxiety in watching that show that we give ourselves, the more addictive it becomes. And after a while, you just don't want to watch a family show. You want to watch something that, Jason Statham is knocking the crap out of somebody, which I
Yeah.
just love to watch. But that's beside the point. That's kind of like, people don't recognize that they're getting a juice out of that. Everything has juice, everything. So we're chemically bound to our bodies and how to be able to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, as well as spiritually. All of those things have to have a really good balance, and none of them is number one on the list. They change out all day long. So if we're taking and trying to help our children learn better how to be able to take care of themselves, teach them about their food, teach them about all of these most important basic things, water, food, and where you live. And where you live really does have consequences on your psyche. Is it noisy all the time? Or do you have light pollution all the time? There's how much nature and natural things are you looking at? Then because that's a foundation in our lives. And that's what we want to teach our children, is to be able to have that kind of foundation. But it just, you
be
have
grounded,
to create
right?
it. Yeah, to be grounded. And
Yeah.
you have to create that for your children. It just doesn't automatically happen.
It's the opposite of that. They fight, they dig a huge hole, and we've got to fill the hole and then start at ground level, even because it's so regressive. Right now it is. It's just,
well,
like I
literally,
said, that's the negative side of it. But
the kid has to fill the hole. Otherwise, it will still do the same thing over and over again.
they'll never know how to be out of the hole if they don't
They'll
know how to
never
fill
know
it.
how to be out of the hole.
Yeah.
So, if you're teaching them what's really healthy to eat and what isn't, what herbs to be able to take, because our pharmaceutical companies have taken over all of our herbs and synthesized them. In the site, I took and put, and this is just one of thousands of things, is that Valium comes from the valerian plant, and they synthesize that. And now you get to pay big bucks for Valium.
But you can just use the Valeria plant.
You can use the Valeria plant. Valerian
Valerian.
with an N. Yeah.
Valerian.
And the very first pill that was ever made was during the prohibition of cannabis. And just at the tail end, they made a aspirin, and it was synthesized.
When you say synthesized, can you explain that a little bit for the listeners?
It's chemically, it's a chemical, is basically.
Is it like
what
Delta
it is.
9?
It's like, well, no, Delta 9 is THC. Delta 8.
Delta 8 is the synthesized.
Is a synthesized. Now the plant makes Delta 8, but it doesn't make very much of it. Am I right about that, Justin?
Yeah, so there's synthetic, semi-synthetic, and natural. So like Delta 8 can either be natural, extracted from the plant, but because it doesn't make large quantities, it can be semi-synthetically produced from CBD. And then fully synthetic is where they're starting with, like, usually like petroleum derived chemicals, and then they use a bunch of, like, an 8-step process of using different enzymes and catalysts to convert it. So like with aspirin, it was like from willow bark, I believe.
White White willow bark.
white
Yeah.
willow, then that would be like the pure natural form. But then they found a way to synthetically get to that same compound. And it's the same with Delta 9 THC. That can be made 100% synthetically without the cannabis plant at all, which is what Marinol is, 100% synthetic.
Yeah.
Or you can get it naturally from the cannabis plant. And in general, natural does seem to be the way to go, even above semi-synthetic. The less synthesis you can have, the better.
Yeah, but so back to the
Yeah.
aspirin. Back to the aspirin. What was the driving force of that? I mean, was it to supplement the ban on cannabis?
Well,
Initially,
everything. No, not really. It was. Who knows? There could have been a thread in there someplace, or somebody's thought, had come about that. But it happened towards the end. It was the very first pill, because everything else was in elixirs, in infusions, and in tinctures at the time. Everything.
All bottles I see now, anything I see from the 1800s, everything was yeah. And honestly, that is more instead of like one pill fits all. Feck off, right? What the hell is wrong with what's up with that, man? And I've always got to go through and read those like directions, and it's like, really, one size fits all. Okay, right on.
Well, they do that with chemotherapy too. They do that with chemotherapy. One size fits all. They go, oh, this lot of people have this, so we're going to, all of these people are going to get the same type of chemotherapy.
Yep.
And then if that doesn't work, then we'll go into experimental.
Yeah. And then after that, then they get the dire diagnosis that it's not working, and then they come find us. That's what we
they come and find us. Exactly.
They need to find us first.
They got to find us first. Find us.
Well,
that's our next.
That's why we're getting loud about it. Come, if you are in the audience, I'm going to interrupt for a second. If you are in the audience watching, which we are getting some good comments in here, please, if you are facing a cancer diagnosis, go to fecoplaybook.org and let us educate you on natural ways to battle before you start chemo.
Yeah.
It'll help.
I see people on the Cannabis Oil Success Story site. They come in there and they say that they haven't had the results in yet, but they're preparing themselves. So they want to know what to be able to take. Will it be okay to take with chemotherapy?
Oh my God.
Is it okay to blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
And I cannot be a person to tell them what they need to do. I can only suggest to them and give them the protocol and say, look at this and look at this. Here, look at these successes, and coax that way. My brother has lung cancer, and he's doing chemo and radiation, and he's going through the same things that everybody goes through, where they have the white cell blood count is real low. Their potassium is low. They got to be hospitalized, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no.
High fever, the port gets shit in it,
Yeah.
My best friend we just lost my best friend to both. She did both. She did the FECO and the chemo and radiation.
Oh, it's not 100%.
I don't tell people what to do.
I tell people that all the time. I say, hey, nothing is 100%. Chemo is not 100%. Cannabis oil is not 100%. But the more things that you can put in that health tool belt, the likelihood of you snapping out of this is going to be pretty good.
Like what you said from the very beginning, Javid, is that we're all about making your body stronger and healthier. That's what it's all about. The word homeostasis just speaks volumes of how to
it's
be
so
healthy.
Important. As you get older, we have our body used as an example is that we're just a big giant puzzle with a whole bunch of pieces missing. And as you get older, you have less, the pieces begin to disappear more and more. And that's our immune system. So what we do is, when we were young, we just did anything, ate anything, went anywhere, drank whatever, blah, blah, blah. And as we got older, then we had become a little more conscious about all of this, conscientious about it. But you really were not snapping into knowing that we really have to stretch out and use our the things around us to be able to boost our immune system so that our body doesn't get cancer, because that's how things work, is that when the immune system grabs a hold of that cancer cell, because I have 100 cancer cells flowing in my system right now. Everybody has that. And so our immune system picks those things off. And when it doesn't pick them off, then you know that your immune system is becoming weaker and a little more flawed. So we have to build that up by eating better foods compared to what we did when we were younger. You know, so now is the real time to be able to do it. But teach your kids now, you know, because they're going to go through the wave of eating crap, and then they're going to go into eating real healthy. But because that's what we do, we're always testing things. But you want them to be able to land back on the
healthy,
on the healthy side of everything.
One thing I was doing. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because as soon as you start teaching other people, you seem to, you know, I know there's that saying, do as I say, not as I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a real common saying, and I use it a lot. And it's a bullshit excuse of not doing something, basically.
Yeah.
But what I would do with my kids for Christmas is I would give them extra money to say, because they're all they're engineers, and I apologize in advance if you're listening, but they're cheap. You know what I mean? And I think Eric still has the same first dollar he ever earned, and that was when he was 8 years old. And they just don't spend the money. So I'd say, here's like $500. Spend more money on food. For one thing, give 200 of it away. Find somebody that needs it better more than you and give it to them, and then spend another 300 on really good food. It doesn't take that much to, like I said, to go to a better. Don't go to the McDonald's. Go to a place that makes the burger from scratch. You know, something like that.
Yeah. Go to a good place. There's places. You guys are in Dallas. Hello. There's some marvelous places to go and eat that each and every day on a calendar. Like on a calendar, I go to Chipotle's on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
you know, there's different places that I have on a calendar that I go, oh yeah, I can go do the Mongolian thing today. That'll be awesome. Crispy vegetables. Yes.
Oh, I love yum.
So yeah, yum yum is good. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's the ideal thing, is that when we can take and pick and choose, more people eat out than ever before. It used to be people would eat out maybe 2 or 3 times a month, and now people are eating out for breakfast, lunch, and every other dinner.
Every meal.
Think
about that. Yeah.
So for those people that do eat out often, like, what would your top 5 places be to go? Tell them to go eat, and what would you tell them to eat?
That's good.
When people are sick, because I work with a lot of people that are ill, I'll tell them, hey, if you want to go out, go to Chipotle's. You know,
because they cook
the
food.
Something really good. They cook the food. Their stuff is really good. They do a lot of
fresh options.
Yep. Another one is Olive Garden. I like their soup and salad. When people are sick, you want them to be able to get out. That's the thing, is people don't get out. And they stay at home. They're miserable. They don't know what to eat. They're blah, blah, blah. And that's why the cookbook, the dipping sauces, was so important, was let's bring our appetite. Let's give you something that you'll like, you know, you have your taste buds spark.
Yeah,
and
Jamie, we should do a big thing on food more, especially after talking with Javid here. We should really emphasize food, because food is prevention, right? I mean, everything that we're doing, we collect stories, we do the research, we present playbooks, but the ultimate end result is prevention. I mean, ultimately, you don't want to say
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. It is prevention.
Yep. And prevention, and I learned this early on, starting early recognition is critical. I found out that catching it at stage 3 before stage 4 is prevention. You know, you are preventing it there. But, you know, of course, the best thing to do is not get it. But like everybody knows, we all have cancer. Is it active or not? You know, and it's everybody's got a different degree of it in a different part of their body. And like I said, if the body's fighting it and doing what it's supposed to do, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't want to let that guard down. Definitely, it's
the immune system is everything. Without your immune system, we're dead.
Basically,
that's
what it is.
We have a
We're dead.
comment that says, I have a serious question, so I just want to address it. Um, we will answer whatever questions we are able to answer. So go ahead and shoot your question.
Okay, they even had to ask if they can ask the question. That's
Here in Oklahoma, a company is mixing RSO with Disty and selling. Why?
With
And
what?
mixing it with what?
Distillate, Disty.
Oh.
it just sounds like they're trying to make some extra money. It sounds like when we used to cut cocaine to make more money.
Yeah.
What was that? Baby laxative. Yeah.
Baby, inoxidol.
They might be trying to
Inositol.
increase the terpene profile, but
I feel like
Yeah,
that
it
would be
was-
diluting
You know,
it. Like it would dilute
Yeah,
the
I
terpene
think that
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah,
it would
that's
be
true.
diluting it. But
yeah, I don't know why they would.
I'm going to give it the answer. Feck off. Don't
Yeah.
go buy
a
that shit.
distillate. Well, let's break it down and understand what a distillate is, rather than let the other people in the audience kind of like shake their head and not know what it really is. Justin, I know that you know what a distillate is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
basically more processed, an ultra processed form of FECO, essentially, where you're getting the THC like 95% or above by removing, the waxes, other cannabinoids, other terpenes, and it's like a way to hyper purify it. And then the level even beyond that is like the diamonds, where you get to like 99.9% THC, which
Yeah.
I feel like is not so therapeutic and probably is overstimulating the endocannabinoid system, frankly.
What's the difference
Yeah, let's
between
do
distillate
that
and
every
isolate?
day.
What about distillate and isolate? I thought isolate was where it isolated one particular one. Well, what is the difference in a distillate from an
Is
isolate?
one with heat? And the other one is with
Isolate uses distillate. You can still make, I feel, with relatively low grade technology. If you get to isolate, where you're getting like, basically 100% of a cannabinoid, with CBD isolate is pretty popular. You need some heavy duty machinery and like chemicals to do that.
yeah.
You can't like distillate. You can still use like butane and like hyper purify it by like running it multiple times. But isolate, you need to do further processing to really get out everything and truly isolate one compound, which I feel like is the least therapeutic of all the cannabis product. Distillate's better than isolate, and then FECO is better than distillate. It's kind of the ladder there.
So it's full spectrum, because we're still using machines. Full spectrum to a distillate to an isolate.
Yes.
So spectrum's better, although it's not FECO, but spectrum is better than the other two below that, because they've gone and they've purified it to a point that it's no longer medicine. It's just get high.
Exactly.
And that's like like what Jack taught me when I went and visited him, which is a dangerous, scary thing, by the way. That he showed me what the quick soak was, but also he gave me the syringe. Not the syringe of green stuff, which is like made me see really weird shit for the next 4 or 5 hours. But I did everything I was supposed to do, like a good being mentored should be. And so then we went over this quick soak, and he said, "This is quick soak. It's in the freezer. There's going to be no chlorophyll at all." He goes, then we're going to make it FECO out of it. I'm going to do it in about an hour. An hour, we'll be able to smoke this. It tastes good. It smells good. It works good, but it's recreational. He goes, now this other stuff is what I've been doing for 30 days. It soaks down and it builds up this a whole nother cannabinoid profile. You get a much less THC than it was on the 3-minute one, but you get everything else rises to the top and really lifts the cannabinoid, which is awesome. I mean, and so I use that similar process also. I'm interested to find out what other people like when people get it made. I've heard comments from good friends of mine that are really relevant in the business that they make FECO out of trim. And I'm like, but what if your mother was dying? Would you make her medicine out of trim?
Hey, there's some really good, when you think about it, it's fairly strong. Trim is just, you're just cutting off all the
it still has all the cannabinoids in it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that, because they don't have a lot of money, that they will take the trim. That's what they want. They want the trim.
But other than that, using it, that's not something that you would go, oh my God. Like it would it fit in your FECO standard? You know, like when, you know, all the different lab reports I've got and combined them, and, you know, they all have, and honestly, that's what we need to test. If people that are using trim, what kind of results are they getting? Right. I mean, that's probably the
I
bottom
have
line.
heard people say that they've gotten really good results,
say I've seen some
meaning
pretty good
in
results.
the cannabinoid content, that they had gotten
Yeah.
really good results. And it's the
Awesome.
same thing with people that soak a long time, which I do, that you get lower on the THC, but there's something about it that you get a better array of all the other cannabinoids. So Jack and I we've done it the same way for years. And you have a better medicine. Now, people always look at is that real high in THC? Well, it could be higher if we just did this, but rather we soaked it for a while,
Right.
purposefully done.
And if they're asking that, that's for them to get high, right? I mean, that's the only reason you would ask that question.
No, so they're asking the same reason why other people would ask, is that they want to know which one is the strongest for their medication.
Okay. But
Okay.
what you're saying is that the THC is not that answer. It's the entourage effect. It's like 70% THC and 0% everything else. It'd be better to have 60% THC and 3% everything else, right? I mean,
to have something. Usually a plant will give you a certain amount of CBD no matter what. I've only seen one time where there was no CBD in it whatsoever. And which is, to me, I've never seen that. That was the first time. And but yeah, I prefer having the plant be older. I like it to be grown outdoors. There's something about the cannabinoids, is you have a better CBG that's in it at that time. There's just a number of things that I like about outdoors compared to indoors. And indoors is great, don't get me wrong. If you do it right and you're doing it organically,
right?
No, it's still good, but there's something about sunshine.
I've heard that from multiple people. Yeah. I've heard it from multiple people.
Yeah, there's something about sunshine that just makes the plant a better better medicine, is what I want to say. It makes a better medicine. If everybody could grow their own and be able to soak their stuff for a little bit longer, be able to juice the leaves. I mean, if we should be able to just juice the leaves and give the kids, here's some juice.
I mean, it's not even
ridiculous.
It won't even get them high.
No, it doesn't get you high. That's, it's THCA. Well, along with all the other cannabinoids at the same time, but they won't do that. Fix your camera, Jim, a little bit so we can see your eyes.
Also, I feel like I got to jump in here because we do have a question from the audience, and I have a pretty good answer for it. Someone asked, have we got a study on why full spectrum cannabinoid products are better than CBD isolates? And one of the best studies that illustrates that really well, it's called what's it exactly called? Overcoming the bell-shaped dose response of cannabidiol by using a cannabis extract enriched in cannabidiol. So to simplify, basically, if you have a CBD isolate, if you take too little, it does nothing. If you take too much, it does nothing. You need to take, if you have an isolate, what it showed, you need to take like the right perfect amount to get like an anti-inflammatory response. Whereas if you have the CBD extract, as you take more, it's a linear curve that just as you take more, you get more anti-inflammatory benefit, which is clearly, way better. It's like, oh, I need more anti-inflammation, just simply take more of the extract. Whereas with the isolate, you suddenly accidentally took too much and now it's doing nothing. And you didn't get the stronger effect that you were going for. So that's one option, or one study that supports it. And then there's another study that compared THC extracts, THC combined with 5 top terpenes in the extract, and isolated THC, and it showed that the extract was a stronger fighter of breast cancer than even THC combined with the top 5 terpenes. So it's not even just the top 5 terpenes that are contributing to this entourage. It's even lesser cannabinoids or lesser terpenes, other flavonoids. So you really can't recreate like if someone makes a cannabis product that's like THC and then isolated terpenes that are added in, even if it's many terpenes, it's not going to be the same as a whole plant extract, ideally extracted using ethanol that's getting literally hundreds of compounds. There's just no replacement for it.
Yeah. That's I've also often said it's kind of like a tapestry. And if you only have a couple of threads to it, it'll hold for a while, but the stronger the bond with all of the different cannabinoids and flavonoids, then you have a better product when it comes to healing.
Is it a good idea if you're going to make some FECO to add if you're going to do multi-strain, to add one of the strains be hemp?
Because
hemp would have, because hemp has such a high CBD content compared to what high THC cannabis has. It has different cannabinoid profiles, but you add it all together. I'm a big Corey Yellen fan, and I know we all are. But she's always multi-strain.
Sativa, it's always multi-strain. Sativas have a good amount of CBD in it. So when there's a crossover of indica and more indica than sativa, because everything is hybrid out, seem like anymore. You have a better array of CBD that's in it.
But you don't want to, damn sure don't want to do any of that at night, right? I mean, you don't want to do any sativa, FECO at night. You're going to be bouncing off the walls, is what I've experienced a little bit.
A small amount. It's because everything is hybrid, so you still have a small amount of sativa in it. And it's really not about sativa. It's more about there's a certain terpene. Is it the lemon?
Really? Okay.
Usually pinene seems to be the big one. Alpha pinene seems to be the one in sativas that's most responsible for like anxiety and keeping people up a lot. But limonene and beta caryophyllene might also be at play. But it seems like in my experience that alpha pinene, even more than beta pinene, seems to be like the chief offender.
Yeah. Because I have people that complain about that all the time. But that's, thank you.
So, but here's a good question. If someone does have a sativa that's rich in that terpene, I feel like I haven't really seen too much about this, but it seems like they could either use an indica combined with it or inhale like essential oils or take other herbs that are rich in like linalool or myrcene to counter it. That's could be an option. I mean, in the same way that people like chew on peppercorns to counter THC, there's other pharmacological things people can do to, if you don't have the perfect oil, there's things you can do to mitigate it.
Citicoline. If you can take 1,000 milligrams of citicoline 25 minutes before you take your THC or your cannabis oil, it doesn't negate the high completely, but it does take the edging off, which is a big deal. Everything is imperfect, is what I like to say, except cannabis. Everything else is imperfect.
So we've got a comment in here that says, I bounce on sativa and clean ceilings, yet it doesn't affect my husband at all.
He's an indica man. Yeah.
And then another comment. This is from Penny. I use more of the hemp products for dogs and cats than any other type.
Oh, yeah. Yep. THC and CBD, 50-50. Absolutely. And dilute it. All of our...
What do you put it in? What's your dilution? Salmon oil or?
That's an excellent one. But I'm one of those that kind of goes for, we all get the same thing here at the house. Everybody gets the same thing, so it's olive oil.
Bacon grease.
Bacon, lard, some good old lard.
Lard is actually good for you, I think.
But yeah, salmon oil would be wonderful. But that's a great idea where you could actually take and squirt it inside a capsule, a gel capsule.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. That's it's a jelly. It's a jellyfish.
That's a great idea.
It's the jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
And I hate salmon actually, and I give salmon squirts tequila every day, trying to be so careful not to get any on my fingers, because I don't like salmon because it smells like fish, you know. Definitely.
Yeah.
The audience is saying that they dilute with MCT oil.
That's
MCT.
olive and MCT are what are most common in the marketplace. That's for sure.
But it goes rancid fairly easily if you touch it to something. Where olive oil is a little more stable with that, it's more forgiving, is what I want to say. And but anybody that has like a brain cancer, it is definitely coconut oil that I use.
Coconut oil for more bioavailability.
Well, it's one of the few oils that crosses over the blood-brain barrier. So
okay, cool.
With brain cancer, that's the way you want to go, is with that, and make sure that you get fractionated, because fractionated is a constant liquid.
Oh, that's awesome. Good stuff. So let's talk about the playbook. I called you a couple of years ago. You used to chew me out and almost kick me off of Cannabis Oil Success Stories because I was asking so many stupid questions over and over again. Trying to do what I do is trying to get the answer I wanted to hear. So then we started working together, and honestly, my reasoning behind it was to help you and Jack. I knew you guys do so much, and you do so many things that are, risking your livelihood, and you're like, feck off, basically, to the world, about it. And you'll do whatever it takes to help people out. And I thought, for one thing, you're not going to be around forever, because nobody's going to be around forever. But then also I thought, how can we replicate what you and Jack are doing? And the best thing I came up with, and what we came up with, was the FECO playbook. And we're pretty excited. We're pretty excited about it. I mean, we've got a team of researchers that have been, and Dr. Marzov, you've met. Honestly, Marzov is your biggest fan, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's awesome. I like him. I like him long time. Yeah.
yeah. You could like him long time for sure. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I like to do a walkabout with him. I think that would be probably one of the most interesting segments of the chapter in my book, would be to go on a walkabout with him. Yeah,
he's brilliant, and
he's amazing.
He's got a lot of business sense about him that doesn't just spew out of him, and when it comes out, you got to record that shit. It's good. It's very meaningful. Basically, it's not.
And he loves to teach. He loves to teach.
He's a teacher. He is a teacher. He is. Yeah.
And he's got a lot of stuff to teach. He brought the whole health to the VA, literally.
I know. We talked a long time, and that was awesome. Yeah. He fought hard and won.
Yeah, and he knows how to win those battles, and he doesn't like to lose, which is awesome. But so here we are with the playbook. Marzov has us on with a research team. He put us together with these guys that have been at MIT for 25 years. They've been working on psilocybin project also, which is one of my. Also, I want to talk about frequency with you before we finish this. So one of the researchers' name is Bill, and Bill's very into the frequency. And this whole thing started with, I thought FECO and frequency could be the almighty vinyl cure. You know what I mean? I don't think there is that, but I thought it stands the chance of actually being as close to anything ever getting close to that. And
I always call it remission. And then after you've been in remission for 6 years, or then you're cured. Okay. But you still know that your immune system is flawed, so you keep up the same thing that you were doing before.
Because it let it happen at once, so it's flawed. So you got to supplement it, right?
I'm not saying it'll happen again, but if you didn't like the ride that you just went on when you had the cancer, then you can alleviate that kind of getting cancer again. Just keep up the good work that you had been doing all along. You've already in the groove. Why stop?
Yeah, supporting your immune system, like you said, keeping your body in homeostasis, letting it fight the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think frequency does that. I mean, I'm jumping right over to that now because I know you're a big believer in Royal Rife and Nikola Tesla, and we're right now just bringing it. Neither Jamie or Justin are too familiar with it. I mean, and so when I bring it up, I don't have a lot of support. And I'm really searching for that because I know it works. I've
I
experienced
figured
it
you'd
myself.
have people in there where you live that
No,
you would
everybody's
find
hiding.
places around there.
Everybody's
Oh,
hiding.
oh,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I have one, but she's in, Destin, Florida. I have another one, but they don't do any diagnostic at all. They have a Rife machine, but the Rife machine is just for repair. It's just the plasma tube. I have that at my house.
Yeah, yeah.
So we need people with the diagnostic tools, and it's not FDA approved, and you're not legally. Most of the people that do it are RNs, and the RNs are concerned about their losing a license. So
Losing
we
a
need,
license,
yeah,
exactly.
so we need a network of people that aren't RNs because you don't need to be a registered nurse to do it. You just need to be a registered nurse to have the attitude to do it. I hate to say, you
You
know
just
what I
have to
mean?
know how. You just know how. You have to know how to do it. That's all.
Yeah,
Skip,
yeah.
skip
So
all that
we're
other stuff. You just need to know how to do that.
yeah, you're right. We could bypass all this stuff because there is a guy named Huff
Yeah.
that we're working with in Poland that I just bought a machine from that's very, very much knows how to do it, and he trains you, and he all the machines come from Poland. If they don't come from Eastern Europe, it's not a good machine.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
come from they have to come. Eastern Europe is like you said, they go into the doctor's office and they do bioresonance right away. They don't even ask you how do you feel, which is the most stupid question to ask you when you walk into a doctor's office because you should say I'm fucking anxious as I have ever been because I'm in a doctor's
Yeah.
office. And the problem is I think I'm the smartest person in the room.
Isn't that sad? That's the
Yeah.
sad thing. I'll go down to MD Anderson with people that they don't have anybody. So I'll go down with them and kind of be their advocate. And I don't care. I'll tell the doctor anything I want. I don't never mention
Exactly.
cannabis, but I'll tell them that, hey, wait a minute. We haven't made any decisions like that yet. When they try to
Nice.
do the hurry up kind of thing, I go, no, 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 no. We're going to go home and we're going to discuss this, and we'll do a follow up because I can fire that guy on the spot. Well, she can, or he can. He can fire them right now and they have to leave the office. Because you
Wow.
renting that office right now, they can leave the office. And you can get the police to come in to have them leave your room, not the office, but your room. People don't realize the type of power that you have. And we have very little when it comes to the medical system, but we can be kind and let the doctor know that, no, we're not going to do that, but we would like to do this instead. This is what we've come up with.
Yeah. And it's like a integrative medicine plan and kind of what the playbook is. It gives you and Jack explains it like you did, tools and resources. You got to do the work.
Yeah. Well, that tells your brain that you're willing.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
my brother right now is letting his wife do everything, and he is horrible. He's just a monster when it comes to being like a spoiled brat.
Oh gosh,
he's like a spoiled brat. He's not grateful. He's very spoiled. I need this. Get me that. It's kind of like, whoa.
Toxic energy.
Yeah. And but people, I want to say they'll snap out of it, but they won't. You have these significant emotional experiences in your life. It's called a CE, an SEE. And those things change your life. And illness is one thing, changing a job. There's all these different things that go through our psyche that changes us at the core. And that's where some people they got scared and they have their hair turned white. They had a significant emotional experience. So with people, when you get cancer, there's a reason why. Then you have to learn the lesson that goes along with that as you heal. And if you're letting someone else do everything for you, then you're passing up that lesson. And you're staying in the same stream, that mental attitude, same stream of not helping yourself at all. They continue down the same road that they had been, rather than let's start meditating. Let's go to prayer. Let's put the good things around us. Let's sit in some sunshine 15 minutes a day. Let me take the oxygen mask and put it on myself rather than put it on someone else all the time. It's my turn, and put it at that direction. But people don't. They want
talking all
wisdom.
They want to just freak the hell out. Yeah. And we're all about patient autonomy. We really want patients to own it, and if you do have the right attitude, and you said you do change your diet, and you do, and I'm one of them. You've seen me over the last 2 or 3 years, every time I go to the doctor, I'm always like, okay, I'm going to get really healthy for a month. I'm going to get a blood test, and it's like afterwards, like, I'm all good. I'm going to go drink a bottle of wine,
so many people are like that, Jim. So many people are like that. And it should be a treat. If you're going to do something, then have it be a treat. People say, oh, that's going to be great. Well, I'm going to have ice cream. And they have ice cream all the time. Or they'll drink wine, or they've got something else that they really like. What is it? McDonald's French fries. Hot damn. God. More salt, please. Let me dump that salt on there. Those people that salt those fries at McDonald's should be working someplace like in Detroit, salting the streets. So much stuff on there.
I like that.
Hire that guy. Hire him. But,
I know, but when they're hot and salted, yes, right? Yeah, that's like that should be illegal.
No,
I know.
I'm telling you, no. Not only are the potatoes poisonous, they have to wait 2 weeks before they can even process them to get rid of all the gases and the nasty crap that's in the potato.
Potatoes are one of the most heavily pesticide vegetables, I suppose, or starchy vegetables. Like there's tons.
Tubers.
Tubers. Yeah. That's why you want to really try to go for those organic potatoes.
Did you know a farmer will not eat his potatoes? He'll only eat the potatoes that he grows off to the side.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
That is a fact.
Well, talking about frequency, I think we've got one of the guests would interested in trying to get a little bit more information. So you were mentioning doctors not feeding their own kids. Doctors don't treat their own kids with their own effectors. They don't use the Western medicine. They do use frequency. They use other formalities or effectors that are more safer, efficient, successful.
Successful, and less scary.
Yeah. That's why cancer is a bad. It's not a bad word, and we've made it bad. We've made it bad by the way we treat patients. We made it bad by the way we educate them that they have it. It's like, why don't you just kick me off the cliff instead of putting me through this shit and now you got to come into your fucked up hospital for the next 6 months and deal with all your crap, all your sick people and people that don't want to be there. Marzov said 68%.
It's not only that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go 68% what?
Of hospitals are in the red.
Oh, yeah.
Losing money?
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. We should have free health care in this country. We're other countries that are poorer than us, not poorer than us. There are other countries that are poor that have free health care, and it's halfway decent free health care.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It's prevention. They emphasize healthy people because they pay the bill for sick people, and that makes them do prevention. We don't have that system in place. We don't have that set in automatic trigger that says, wait a second, why are we treating the same thing like it's like an ISO thing management system? If you do it once and it's wrong, fix it so you don't do it again. That's what
fix it.
Do.
That's exactly right. We are machines.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah, fix it. So talk about frequency a little bit more.
I want to show you. I'm gonna yank out the machines that I have
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
because
let's get
people
tactile.
are watching, so they'll be able to see these certain things that they can get.
I'm going to show, while you're getting those, I'm going to show what
Yeah,
mine
yeah.
is. I think I've shown it before. It's a MOPA 4000. You can see the plasma tube at the top. This part here is the machine that generates the frequency. And then there's
Hey, put it closer. Can you put your camera closer?
can you guys,
We want to see detail.
can you see that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's this generator down here that you type in your frequency to. You type in the
Oh.
frequency, and then it comes through this amplifier and to this bulb, to this plasma bulb. Depending on what I like to do is I like to do sweeps. Sweeps are like from 1385 to 1397. You know, it covers a pretty wide range. Just like Jack says, more darts the better, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the full spectrum version of frequency, essentially.
100%. Yeah. Full extract version. Full extract
version.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Javid, let's see your toys.
So I was going to put together my colloidal silver little thing that I've got. That I put it in a cigar box, and I've got my little rods. Right, these are my silver rods. They're 99.9.9.9.9, whatever.
I thought they were chopsticks.
they're things for my hair, and then you need 3 9-volt batteries. That's all you need, and then you take and you put them on. I don't want to put them on because then, like I did before, I ran them out. And then you put them on the clips.
Or you could use that as a roach clip.
You use the silver. Well, these have not been used as a roach clip.
Yeah.
But you put the silver on this. You put the silver in your water, the rods in your water, and then you can watch it. Literally, it will turn. It'll have a little bit of a tea kind of color to it, and
I love tea.
And it's a 10% is what you get down to, and it takes 15 minutes. They say do it for 15 minutes. Let me get my other thing. Go ahead and talk, Jim.
Oh gosh, I'm almost out of talking. Okay, so the frequency,
that's impossible.
The combination of the frequency and FECO, why I think that works. What I believe works is that I think FECO has the ability to identify what's bad and good. I think that's the difference in FECO and Western medicine.
It definitely can.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing with FECO and frequency, combining them, is the FECO goes out and does the work. It finds what's causing the problem, and the frequency goes in and blows that shit up. That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sticking with it. That's that kind of, but I honestly really think that's a big part of what it is.
Can you grab this?
So anybody else in the audience have anything, any other suggestions that might be better? Does anybody in the audience understand frequency at all? I mean, that's the thing about it, is people don't, and we need to do a FECO Friday on frequency. Maybe we could get Huff on.
I think that'd be a fantastic idea.
Yeah. We might do that next week. And we're having Santa Jack on in December 22nd. December 22nd. Santa Jack.
Yep. I love him.
How can't you love him?
I love him.
Yeah. He's a very lovable person.
He's one of my favorite people.
This is not the Santa you want to bring, audience listening. This is not the Santa you want to show your children.
No.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Santa. He does a beautiful Santa. He really
does. Is he coming full Santa, or is he coming for FECO Santa?
He'll go full Santa.
He comes. He's a wonderful Santa to children. He doesn't use the word fuck or any of that.
Okay.
I can't believe that. Well,
I was like, we're bringing him to FEC off. I want him to get. I want Santa to be upset.
For that.
What else you got there, David?
This is an ozone. I think I told you about this. This is how you can oxygenate your water.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Is it
And
like a
well, it goes like
Kangen
this.
machine?
That's all. No, it doesn't do it like that. Although it does purify. Don't get me
That's
wrong.
alkaline. That's
Uh,
alkaline, right?
Yeah,
That's what
that's raising the
yeah,
pH,
yeah,
the
that's
Kengen.
alkaline. This is an oxygenator, so it's oxygenating your water. And you can also take and just run this thing, and it'll oxygenate in your bathroom. You can hang it
Ah,
on your wall. There's
that's
all kinds
cool.
of things that you
Hey,
Oh,
can do with that.
does it make you want to gamble? Because I know they pump oxygen into casinos.
Oh man, I'd like to go just for the facial. Okay, they'd ask me to leave for sure. So this is one, and it's only like $60. Okay, and it has all these different directions on what you might want to use it for. Oxygenate. It'll take in all the smells out of your room. If your room smells, you plug this in, and 15 minutes later, your dog pooped over there.
Yeah,
15 minutes later, it's gone.
it's an ozone
So
generator.
yes,
Yeah,
That's
I use them.
amazing.
Those are
you got
awesome.
one?
I've got 15 or 20 of them. We use them in our business when
You
cars
braggart.
get flood damage or something like that, or fire.
Yeah.
If your car's in a fire and it gets smoke inside, you can close the windows and turn that generator on for 24 hours. What it does is it kills the oxygen, and
Yeah.
and bacteria needs oxygen to live. So it dies. Freaking genius. Yeah, cool stuff. That's really neat, Javid.
I'm thinking about what you said.
Mhm.
So
What else
there's
you got?
that. So I have a magnetic pulsar.
That's cool. And I'll walk back here and show you what I have. I have a beamer too.
Yeah,
A
yeah, let's
beamer
see that.
it's a PEMF.
I have it.
It's
I
right
have it.
there,
Yeah. I
and it
got
has
one.
a little pad on it.
Let me
Little,
see. Let me see yours. Let me see.
that's
we
Let me
have a Pamela.
give
We
me
have a comment asking where those could be ordered.
Amazon.
Amazon. Boom.
Amazon is the place that I go to, but I do shop everywhere. Like I'll shop 2 or 3 places and pick whatever the best deal is, the biggest bang for the buck with the most quality.
What's the title they should search for
Uh,
specifically?
Ozone generator.
ozone
Okay.
generator. Here. Oh,
Yeah. So ah, beautiful.
Thank you.
so y'all write that down. There you go.
Awesome.
Now this is really tricky. Let me. Yeah.
Well, Justin Sierra Riddle's really into frequency. We need to get her to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. When I was talking to her a few weeks ago, like she was in her house and she had like 15 of the machines like laid out, and
Oh
really
man, I want to
it
know
was pretty
her.
professional looking. I was blown away by just the sheer number of them.
Yeah,
Probably
no,
rivals you in just quantity. Like,
she's got one of each for sure. So we need to get her on Feck Off Friday would be a good one for sure too.
yeah, oh yeah, for all kinds of reasons, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
And
this,
Javid, do you know her, Sierra?
I
She had the
think
son.
that.
She had
Did
a
you
son,
have her on
Lane.
before?
Yeah, we had her on
Oh,
with.
Sierra. Sierra, yes, I do know Sierra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah's been in our comment section this whole time.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
Live.
We love you. We love you, Sierra.
she's so cool. Yeah. Strongberg. She's a strong girl right there. She's
Yeah, she
strong.
Yeah,
is. She is.
She's
I love
absolutely.
it.
strong.
She's
Ain't nobody gonna
strong,
knock her
man.
down. Yeah, she's
No, no,
strong.
she don't take no shit. I like that.
So I've got this, and you lay this on your body, and it's one of the coils that you have seen on what is it? Einstein Tesla had invented something like this, and it's a coil that you put on your body
Yeah, and it's just for frequency.
just for frequency.
Oh yeah.
And you plug it in, you charge it up, then you can put it wherever you have an illness of whatever
Any
it
kind
is.
of pain or
That's
anything
cool.
like that.
The dis-ease, yes. And
Wow.
this is supposed to be the cancer killer also. It's very similar. what is it? So anytime that's electric, you always have all the disclaimers that goes with that one. And then I've got this one here. This is the same one that Jack has.
Oh, yeah.
You
Vibrator.
Oh, you're sick. You're so sick. But this
a
is
big ass
this
one,
is,
by the way. Yeah.
this is for the big ass, is what it is.
So the big...
So this is really nice because it's hand, and you can take and direct it exactly where you want it to go to for your illness or dis-ease, whatever that is, the dis-ease. And these are real handy. I'd love to have the one that Jim has, but I can't sell 3 or 4 cars in order for me to acquire something like that. But yeah, my savings account is limited. So this cost about $300. And
I've heard great things about those.
It's really handy because it's spot. So it's like if you have breast cancer, you take and prop that thing up and it sits in that one spot right there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, or if you're sore, you have something wrong with your back, blah, 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 your muscle does, you shine it there.
Yeah.
This is really nice. This is a nice piece. Yeah. Mama like this one.
Yeah. I'm building up an arsenal, getting stuff like all together for, I'm going to have one of everything. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows what really is going to be the magic
which
wand.
is the one that'll work best.
Yeah.
It is. The more things that you have in the tool belt,
there you go.
the better you are with being able to have better control over killing your cancer or your disease. The more things that you know about, and when I say know about, it's literally up here. You know that works, so it does. So
it
you
does,
have all of that energy that goes at the same time. You very rarely see people that pull out of having cancer that it's just an asshole. You know?
Exactly.
You know,
they learn so much
Words
about
of wisdom.
they're just angry people, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And
but the person that comes, but the person that survives, like our number 0001, Dave Evans, is like the most gentle recovering giant in the world, man. He swears by the fact that he needed somebody there with him.
He loves himself.
He does, because he took care of himself. Yeah,
he loves himself. And that's a big deal. People don't realize that if you like yourself and you love yourself, that then you'll take time out for you. You know, I'm not saying like go and work out. I'm saying go and meditate. Just kind of hang out with yourself a little bit. Do a little grounding.
Yes, grounding is great.
Grounding is great.
Which is just standing on the bare earth for anyone who's wondering. It's super free, super easy, and it's actually scientifically backed up to make a difference. So just stand barefoot on the ground and you're doing good for yourself.
I take and bury my feet, and I have like a little knoll that I can sit. I put a little cloth across it and sit and read a book, because it's always that time of the day.
Oh,
so you have
nice.
Behind me so I can read the book. It's like,
Oh.
And just so you'll know, in case if there's mosquitoes, then no, I'm not really out there very much.
Yeah. I've had that problem myself.
Welcome to Texas. Yeah.
FECO does. Yeah, we have big mosquitoes here, and you can do a lot of FECO, because I have before, and they still come. Yeah,
they still come.
Hey, they want the FECO too. Mosquitoes want
the FECO too.
They want the buzz.
If you eat a lot of brewer's yeast, you don't have fleas, ticks, or mosquitoes.
No shit.
Huh.
If you fart, does it smell like beer?
It smells like yeast. That's for sure.
Brewer's yeast is different than nutritional yeast, though, correct?
I think that is also brewer's yeast, like
okay.
Red Mills. Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, nutritional yeast is great. I had a big meal of it right before this podcast.
Nice.
It's
part of
something,
not alone.
it has so much vitamin B in that.
Yes, natural
Vitamin B.
D.
Vitamin B.
Yeah.
Yeah, good energy. So my dog and during the night she'll sleep, but she'll sleep way down by the end. And in the morning, because the beamer comes on at like 2 hours before I get up, so around 5 o'clock it pops on. She'll come over and lay right next to me during that. It's really
Oh,
weird. Yeah, she gets it, and the beamer makes her feel better too. So it's a cool thing. We'll have more
Yeah.
information on fecoplaybook.org. Justin and I are working on that resource page.
What is a beamer?
The beamer is that PEMF, that machine that
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
I was
this I'll
going,
show you this one. You could check out my blanket. Everybody
oh
says
wow.
I must
Like
really like my son
custom.
a lot, but yeah, but those are all the shirts that were
wow.
all double X's
Those are
that I can't wear.
t-shirts. Yeah.
Those are t-shirts. I
Yeah.
couldn't wear them anymore. So that's the beamer right there. And it's from Germany. They got their shit figured out over there. I've got a bed pad on here that's underneath the pad, so it stays there.
Yeah.
And at nighttime
Yeah.
you get 2 hours of it, and then you get 2 hours of and then I do 20 minutes at a time. I could come in here during the day and do 8 minutes, and it's just like a quick zap. And what it does is it pulsates your vessels, and it makes the blood circulate better. So it's for circulation, and it's made it to where it's so that's the screen right there. So you can do like a sleep mode or a special program. You can do a program, and I do like program 3. And what it does is it starts, and then you start it, and then it bounces around. It'll do like 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. For like, and it's like it's 8 minutes, or no, that's 20 minutes. That's a 20-minute session. So I'll come in there and just lay down on it for 20 minutes. It's kind of meditating, and you get a little bit of me time, and I feel great when I get up from it. It's kind of like it helps
I
circulation.
bet.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. It probably gives you energy.
It
That
gives
would
you
give
energy.
energy.
100%. Yeah, natural energy. Yeah, so it's a
Wow.
beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually sent Mars off one a while
Yeah.
back. He had back
I
surgery. I was like, you need this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in finding out a little more about that. Although there are grounding sheets also that you can take and put on your bed.
Oh, cool.
My dad
I'm a
has
believer.
one.
Does he?
Uh-huh.
Your dad's
Well,
cool.
my stepmom more so is the one who got it. She's the one who's
Yeah.
into that stuff more, but he obviously they're in the same
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. She got it for her and gave it to him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I told my son that years ago. I said, hey, look, Tuesdays is flower day. You go and you get flowers for yourself, but you go home and you give it to your wife. She'll never know.
Yeah. That's a
It's
great
a
call.
gift for both of you. It's a gift for
Great
both of you.
wisdom
Win.
there.
Win.
That's exactly right. So
Right
yeah,
on. Well, this has been a amazing Feck Off Friday. I was looking forward to it. Javid, you're awesome. I love you. You're just
I
amazing.
love
You're
you
so
too.
helpful. If anybody has any questions about anything that Javid talked about, she'd be more than glad to talk to you. And you can reach out to us
Absolutely.
through the website or through her. She's on multiple Facebook pages. Cannabis Oil Success Stories, Cannabis for Pets, Feckle Playbook. Any other ones that you want to mention that
COPD, cannabis COPD, glioblastoma. It's also the
Okay.
Oh my.
I've seen you there. Yeah. I try to gather as much information as I can. Research. I love it. It's like,
you're
yeah,
damn good
I
at it.
want to prove them wrong, but I never can. I
It
never
never
can.
ends.
That's
Well,
right.
it's a fun game. I'm glad I'm in the game with you, and I'm on your same team. So,
Well, you guys can invite me anytime. This was really fun, and we just touched the tip of the
just
iceberg.
Yeah.
barely got it.
There's-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll have you on again for sure. Like this has been
I
great.
love it.
I want to
have
get
Yeah.
you
fun.
and Jack on together. I
Oh,
think
Yeah,
that
we'll
would
do
be
that.
Okay.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Powerhouse.
that'd be so much fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
we would cuss. We would cuss.
And it'll be required. Yeah. So sometime in maybe mid to late January or early February, we'll plan on
Yeah.
doing that and get you guys
Sounds
into
good.
rare form, and we'll
Yeah.
do a proper Feck Off.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
any closing
Learn to
comments
grow.
from anybody?
Learn to grow.
I
That's
have
what I say.
this
Learn to grow.
has been amazing. Thank you so much for being our guest.
So much fun.
I knew it was going to be. I've had
So
I've
much
had
fun.
I've had the pleasure of interviewing you more than once, so I knew it was going to
So
be a
much
good one.
fun. I was calm. I was nice.
You were nice. Well, next time we might not ask you to be nice. So you're just worried about getting Christmas presents right now. I know. So
Oh
Yes.
man, that's right. I'm being good.
All right.
all
Well,
right,
thank you to the
David.
guests who are or our viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our question feed
Absolutely.
was quite active today. So
Was it?
Justin,
Tell
And
me,
I'll be
how
posting
did they
those
get?
links in the thread.
Where did they pick that up from? Is it on the FICO playbook right now?
yeah,
Oh,
it's on
okay.
the yep, and then we shared it to I think I already shared it to your groups or shared at least to one of your groups.
Okay, cool. Cool, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll get
Sounds
All
good.
John.
right.
We'll get John to promote it early next time. We'll get the full blown blessing from him to be
Oh, that
able
would be great. Yeah, yeah. He's a little bit of a wild thing, you know.
to. Yeah,
He just talk. He just talk.
talks himself out of shit
It's
and
like,
into shit
damn,
and into shit.
damn. Yeah, but he knows, you know.
Mhm.
Now he's the guy that can really tell you about the old timey what happened way back when, you know. And with all of his bottles, he has that museum, his
Yeah,
cannabis
yeah.
museum. So he has, I'm sure that he has a little repertoire about each and every different thing that coincides with that.
I'd like to buy that
Uh,
museum from him.
yeah, you shut up. He's
Okay.
not selling anything. That's it. That's going
He'll
to be his
he'll spare
retirement,
a
I'm pretty sure.
bottle.
You know, I tried to give him a bottle for his birthday. Like I can find it around here, you
Yeah.
know. So
Did-
yeah,
all
get
right.
them
Well,
cool
good. Well, it's a
bottles.
All
beautiful,
right.
beautiful, beautiful day. Have a great day, David. Thank you so much.
I will. It's sunshine. You guys have a good one. I had fun.
Sounds
Bye,
Talk
great.
guys.
later.
Thank
See
Bye.
ya.
you.